Hey everybody, it is Elsa932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. It is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all of the fathers, all of the dads out there, the bonus dads included. You know, the gentlemen always say we don't really celebrate Father's Day like we do Mother's Day. You know, there is a difference. There is definitely a difference. But I came to celebrate like we did last time for Mother's Day. So please don't say that you don't have your day here on this channel, Dad. Hey, Moon Dust Angel. Yes, hope everyone is having a lovely afternoon. Yes, it is Father's Day here in the US, and we're going to do it like we did Mother's Day. This is unsolicited advice, okay? And we are going to start off letting the fathers know that we do hear and appreciate you. We are all in this together. Those who are spending Father's Day with their kids, or not able to be there, definitely know that this is your day. You know, where's Mr. El Cid? He's spending his day how he feels best, and his day is on the basketball court. That's where he finds great joy, but we certainly had breakfast together, and we're going to have dinner later. Now, what's for dinner? I don't know. He changes his mind every now and again, but the fridge is full. Whatever he'll want later for dinner definitely is on the menu. So y'all, last time I started Mother's Day, and make sure y'all do like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're checking that notification bell. And we're going to start this Father's Day like we did Mother's Day. But we're going to start it with definitely a very feel-good video. I said, let me bring one of the dads to the forefront. One of the dads had a question for the other dads, and I saw it on social media. So I said, let me put this post up. Hey, to go to Africa. Glad to have you here. Let me play this video for you. It's only a minute long. It's one of the dads. He has a very important question.
I need all my dads with sons to check in. Come on. How old, or not how old, but at what age did you stop kissing your son? Because for some reason, my son act like I can't kiss him. Nah, sure enough, my daddy didn't kiss me, and if he wanted to, I probably wouldn't have let him. But this ain't about that. I gave that man life. I'm gonna kiss him. Kiss me anyway. Kiss me. Come on. What's up, Trent? Good morning. Hey, man, why you acting like that, man?
Your beard itchy.
My beard itchy, so if I ain't have a beard, it'll be all right. Man, why you... Hey, man, I'm your... Oh! I'm your daddy, boy. I gave you life. I don't know why he act like that. So I can't kiss you? I can't kiss you? Huh? On what?
I mean, I don't know.
What you mean you don't know? I'm gonna do it anyway. What you talking about?
So I just played that video. The dad wants to know, when is the time that he can stop giving his son a kiss on the cheek? He's asking that question. This is a feel good. I think so, but some may see it differently. Some may see, hey, your son really don't want that right now, and he definitely don't want you filming it. Munda Angel said, that's so sweet. I just love that so much. Yep, we're starting off feel good. You know, it gets spicy around here, and I'm going to bookend this with videos with a very spicy video at the end. But yep, we may see it as sweet, but you know, the son, you know, is a teen. We know how teenagers get. Sometimes we don't want our you know, mom or dad, like, you know, all up in our face like that, even though it's affection. And as the dad said, hey, I didn't get affection from my dad. You know, but even if he tried to show it, would I allow it? So that definitely is feel good. For Gemma, we're going to start off Father's Day really, really good. But we're going to get a little bit spicy. So let's get a start. And while I pull up the first one, I'd like you all to remember to like this video, because we are going full tilt in here. I think I'm going to start off with this one. Okay. Let me pull it up from my notes. It says, my boyfriend, a 39-year-old male, does not want babies with me, a 33-year-old female. Okay, me and my boyfriend have been together for a year and a half now. He has two beautiful girls, 16 and 13, to a previous relationship. And I get on with their mother and the girls really well. There's, very much a loving extended family unit. However, I have no children of my own. I'm now leaning strongly towards wanting a baby, to the point where I start, resenting the girl's mothers because she got there first, which is unfair for me to think this. My boyfriend has expressed that he is content with his life. He is happy he has older kids now. He enjoys his free time, okay? And enjoys me being a stepmom, which, let's face it, it gives him more free time. I thought it was okay to not have children, but I think now I'm at a point where I would like to. I don't have many health, or fertile years left. So again, I approached my boyfriend about this, and his response was as expected. He doesn't want to do it again. He would do it if he know that I wanted the same thing. He said he would resent me later on. He just might. I think it would be the end. So I don't know what to do or how to feel about that. It feels incomplete. And the fact he has children with other women and we are all close, it is a constant reminder that he doesn't want that with me. Has anyone had a similar experience or advice? It would be appreciated, as I feel I may need to choose between the relationship and my own needs. I see you moved us, Angel, about the video earlier. Yes, if showing your children affection, kiss them. Right, sure, absolutely. Now, this one, she does say, yeah, women are in control of their bodies, and she needs to ask herself, would she really want to have kids with someone who's telling her he would not be there for them or her if she needed? Hey, I understand what he's saying. Because right now, my youngest is 18. So I understand what he's saying. Having older children and having to go back to the infancy stage is a lot. But they're in their 30s. Now, y'all, I was doing the math in my head, and I was like, ooh, he's 39. So he had the eldest in his early 20s. Hey, Trey Mac, happy Father's Day. I started off with a wonderful video asking when is the right time. A father was asking, when should you stop kissing your son on the cheek? That's how we started. We started real feel good. Now we're getting into it. So this one, he has a 16 and 13-year-old, I believe it's 13, 16 and 13. And he doesn't want to go back to having a kid. And now she, who doesn't have a kid, she wants to have a kid. So all of these today will be relation to fathers or becoming fathers. This entire day, just like we did Mother's Day, this entire day is full of advice for fathers or women asking about fathers, okay? So he doesn't want to have kids, and she's feeling the vibes to have kids. She has a great relationship with his two daughters, with his the mother of his children, but she is feeling baby fever, and he don't want it. And he said he may resent her if she pushes it for them to go forward. Lady, you said this has been a year and a half, and I'm glad for you that this has been wonderful. But if it's a year and a half, he don't want babies, you want babies, and as you said, you are in your 30s and your childbearing age is running rampant, you may have to make the decision to leave. If children is what you truly want, you're going to have to make the decision to leave after a year and a half. Because guess what? You have a baby, he going to resent you. It's going to gnaw away at the relationship. Then, if you don't have a kid and you stay, you may resent him because you didn't become a mother. There's too much gnawing here. Or you can, it's a year and a half. Y'all ain't engaged or nothing. I don't even know if y'all living together. All of that plays a part in it. You could try couples counseling if you would like. Because if you decide to stay, y'all need to hammer out how this is going to go. How can y'all weed through the feelings and the emotions, or if you need to just walk away? I would just walk away because it's a year and a half, but I am not in your shoes. Also, you don't want to be responsible for pressuring or forcing this guy to have kids with you, because in the end, he will end up resenting you and hating the child and the fact that you trapped him. Could be. I recommend that she find a new man. I'm concerned that he is not considering her or her desire to have children. He sounds like he's selfish. Now, he could be selfish, and I understand his selfishness. I got to be, where is Lindsay? I got to be his advocate right now. Where is Lindsay? Whew. I'm just saying, I can understand. You have passed the pamper stage. He has two daughters, 16 and 13. He's on to a new stage with those young ladies. Teenagers are a whole new stage. Now to go back to midnight feedings? Oh, child. No. On the cheek of the forehead, never stop, but slow down around 14. They kiss my son on his forehead at his graduation this year, though. Oh, that is so sweet, Trey Mac. So glad to have your comment there. Yes. Upon the replay later on, you will see that video, and I did leave his information on the video, so y'all could check out his Instagram account. That's where I pulled that video from. But yes, his son looked like to be about 13 or 14 years old. But he had some good sayings. But congratulations, Trey, and your son for the graduation. There may be a possibility that he is using her to be a part-time babysitter. Well, she did say that to go to Africa. Say me being a step parent and being involved is giving him more free time. And these are girls, so it may seem like, oh, well, you and the girls can go out. You understand the girls. In my family, my aunt forced her partner into having 2 children with her when he didn't want them. It didn't end well, and her sisters all said, we told you so. She is now a single mom of 2 young men. Yeah, you got to respect each other's boundaries. He is telling you, and he probably started this relationship, this dating like this. Hey, I got 2 kids. I ain't looking for more. You down with that? If you down with that, we could be down together. That is probably how he started. Now, she didn't tell us that he, was like changed his mind. No, she's telling us that she has changed her mind. And he can get he already told you up front, I will be resentful if you try to push this. So I think you may need to push the door, young lady. You may need to push the door and get out of Dodge and leave it alone. Y'all, what are your comments for her? I'm saying it's a year and a half. You could just leave and invest yourself in another relationship, because it seems like resentment can happen either way, or you could come to terms with what you started with, where you didn't want children at first, and now you're changing your mind. Either way. But please put it in the comments below, and we will move on to the next one. Let me pull up the next one for y'all to see. Now, as I said, the last one is going to be the hottest, and is going to be a video. Okay, let me pull up my notes for it. My woman, 26-year-old female, disrespect me, 26-year-old male, and it's wearing off on my kids. I've been in a relationship for 8 years. And we have a family of 6, 3 kids, and 1 child on the way. With our family being extended, I thought we would have each other's back when it comes to our children, but it doesn't seem to go that way. Whenever she enforces rules, I'm 100% behind her. I also tell my children to listen to their mom whenever she speaks. But to me as a man, I don't feel the same when it needs to be reciprocated. It's almost like I'm having a pissing contest on who can tell who what to do. My children are at the ages where they try if it doesn't work on one parent, it'll work on the other type of phase. I teach and tell them that it cannot play us against each other. It seems like it works that way when under her circumstances, but when it comes to mine, it's a different story. I'm starting to feel like I don't have a voice in my household, and my kids are starting to use that to their advantage to go against whatever rules I set out for them. If I say no dessert before dinner, she questions me on why they can't have it. Also in front of them, and starts an uproar, even going as far as giving them exactly what I said they cannot have. Then it will get to a point where she will argue me down and call me mean which encourages the children to feel the same way whenever I set out rules. I've even tried to start a boundary on whenever I'm speaking to my children. I don't want her interfering. And that's being, said so they don't get confused and get the idea of me being mean. I will never tell my children to do something that's wrong. I will set that boundary and it still gets broken. I love my family, but it seems like I don't have a voice in my household. Does anyone have any advice? I would love to hear it. Hey, Ari, you're late. Hey, you just, this is only the second one we're on. We started with a video. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. And I know Trey Mack is in the building. I don't know any other dads that are listening, or if you're listening later on the replay, please let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now, we understand this. She's being disrespectful, and she's doing it in front of the kids. Ooh, child, it is an 8-year relationship. 8 years. So we got to weigh this differently. It's problematic when there are children trying to raise children. I just looked at those ages too. They're both 26. They're both 26. And they have a family of 6. Hey, Lady T-Bug, glad to have you here. Y'all, make sure y'all check out Lady T-Bug's channel. She does cover crime and so forth. We are definitely talking about several crime dramas happening on the internet. That's why we don't do it here, because there are a lot of YouTubers that are doing it way better, and one of them is Lady T-Bug. Parents should always be on the same page, should sit down with her alone at night, openly explain why what she's doing is hurting his feelings, and make him feel like he has no voice. He said he tried that. He said he tried that as a boundary. 26 is a great age, but too many kids. Thank you. We're 26. We're 26. And we got a family of 6. 3 kids and 1 on the way. And it sounded like kids from previous relationship, and maybe now we have 1 together, and now I'm telling you, don't tell my kids what to do. Wait a minute. She learned what she's doing, and by doing is hurting him may make her rethink her actions. He trying. Lady T-Bug said she's making her return today, so make sure y'all have that notification. Who is being disrespectful? The wife. Well, he says his woman. Let me not give her the title of wife. He says his woman. Okay, they've been together for 8 years, and she's disrespecting him, okay, by, whatever he says doesn't go. If he makes a rule, if he says no dessert, she calls him mean in front of the children and then proceeds to serve them the dessert that he said they couldn't have. So now you're telling the children they don't need to listen to him, just come to her. They're playing around, and they're seeing it, and she's doing it in front of them. So of course the children are going to play. Children do play parents against each other. I'm assuming you and Mr. Elson have equal authority with your children. Now, the children are mine from my previous marriage, and Mr. Elson has a son from a previous marriage. We kind of have an equal say, but I'm more the mouthpiece. I'm not actually the mean parent, but I'm the disciplinarian. Yeah, I'm the disciplinarian. The Mr. Elson is more like, we fellas, we can handle our own business, stay out of men's business. He likes to say that sometimes, but I know he just letting them get away with some stuff, not a lot. Some stuff. It's just my way of teaching is, of course, different than the way a man would teach young men certain things. Because especially if I'm the mother, I'm more liable to be real snappy, and he's more okay. He as a man, he's not going to hear that the way you're trying to say it. So we kind of balance each other out. Trey said this is a serious problem. It doesn't have an easy fix. There could be very serious repercussions with this. He needs to have a hard conversation with his woman because it starts with her. Now, we could blame her hormones too, okay? We need to know, when did this start? They may have been too busy trying to take care of the kids to grow up themselves. Hey, Jay Blake, glad to have you here, girl. Glad you made it live. She's going around him on both kids from their previous relationships. I could maybe see it was just her own, but for his as well, yes, he said he has had to tell her, don't do that. Don't tell my kids what to do. I'm going to give them instruction because she's undermining his authority. No, you're not about to usurp me. Hey, king of my household. King of my household. Hey, y'all, Jay Blake is driving. She really can't talk to us, but we're glad to have her in the bushes. Yeah, y'all, I had to bring this up. This is Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, AKs. Y'all, this is AK's season, as you see her Gemini symbol there. So if you would give her a little happy birthday in the chat, that would be greatly appreciated. So yes, drive safe, Jay Blake. So y'all, with all of this, y'all know how we, here on social media, men are men of this, men of that. This is why this Father's Day is about certain things. And we can see in this topic, most of the chat is on his side. Most of the chat is advocating for him. Okay. Most of the chat is advocating for him and they can see it. They need immediate intervention, but may not be responsible or mature enough to seek it. We don't know. It's 26. 26 is a family of 6. Right now we have a family of 4, and I ain't 26. And I'm feeling out of breath for them. I'm feeling out of breath for them. How can you manage that? And as you said, she's expecting 1. She's expecting right now. So he's got to get a handle on it, or the baby gonna come out crawling, knowing daddy ain't got no power. No power. But they have to have a conversation. He said he's tried to set boundaries and she won't do it. So people always say, hey, either be mean in the household or the kids going to find out that the rest of the world is mean. Hey, as I say, I'm the disciplinarian. I grew up with a single mom. However, when I did meet my dad, he took me shopping and said, I'm going to give you everything your mother doesn't. And you can have it all, and made me feel really weird. I could see that. I can't imagine what she will do when the baby is both of theirs biologically. Just ain't going to listen to him. They need order, and that's out of order with all these children in the home. Hey, K-Sharp, thank you so much. Happy Father's Day, K-Sharp says to the fathers. We do have one that's active in the chat, and he just says, her not respecting him is almost as unfixable a situation. I see a breakup on the horizon. That man may have to free himself or lose himself. It's been 8 years, though, Trey Mac. They're together 8 years. 8 years. And she's currently expecting. I don't know many men, especially in his situation, that would leave someone so close to expecting. This may be it for the long haul, but they can. And they have to fix it. That's 26. We've been together 8 years. We're a family of 6. So the kids are the pivotal. Y'all need to catch this before they turn teenagers. That's all I got to say. Y'all got to catch this now before they turn teenagers. And it may be, he gotta really have a word with her. And y'all needed to figure this out before y'all got together having babies and being together for 8 years. 8 years. Men have left one for less. Yes, I do understand that, Ari. But for him to be there with her for 8 years and he's still there and they're expecting a kid, I don't hear in this tone a man that would just get up and leave. I don't hear that in the tone of what he wrote. So that's why I said, yes, there are some men who have left, just got up and left for their reasons. But the tone of this letter, he seems like a man who's here for his family. He wants to fix this. And especially with a baby on the way, his tone doesn't say, I'm going to leave. He says, I would like advice on how to fix this. That's the only reason. But y'all, please leave your comments below. Let me know what your advice to him is, right? To Go to Africa says there are 2 sides to every story. So maybe he is a meanie. Maybe he is being mean to the kids and she's just trying to balance it out. But if he is, the one thing you should not do is ever show the children that there is dissent. Don't you ever show the children that one parent has influence over the other. Now, they may wonder and think, oh, mom may have talked to dad, but they don't ever have to know that you thought something differently. Let dad be the voice of the house. They need to talk privately and come out as a united front. And as he said, he's been holding up what she wants to do, but again, she hasn't been holding up his side of the bargain. That's all I gotta say. Yes, Felicia, glad to have you here. She says, happy Father's Day to the men in the chat. Yes, welcome in. Welcome in everyone who's here. It is Father's Day. All of these about the fathers. I started off with a father asking, when should you stop, kissing your son on the cheek? At what age? And now we're talking all about fathers. So we're getting hotter and hotter, and we're going to end with a very sizzling video, okay? We're going to give the dads, double the videos. We only did one for Mother's Day, and I know men say on Father's Day, it's always lackluster. Y'all do so much for Mother's Day. We're going to do so much for the men today for Father's Day. They ain't ever going to say this channel didn't do more than it did for Mother's Day for the Father's Day, okay? In case don't hide. Do not hide. We're going to move on to the next one, y'all. The next one, we get hotter and hotter as we go along. That's all I'm going to tell you. We get hotter and hotter, but we got to be kind to we got to be kind. So this one says, my father, a 70-year-old male. We also don't discriminate by age here. My father, a 70-year-old male, started dating 18 months after my mom's passing. How do I explain this to my kids who are 8 and 7-year-old girls? My mother passed away 18 months ago. She had cancer. She was sick for 2 to 3 years up to that. So I understand why my father has been lonely for a long time. My mother was my girls' world. She was their hero, their superstar, the coolest person to them. My oldest is absolutely crushed by her grandmother's passing. They have grown extremely close to my father, not that they weren't before. My father started dating someone a month ago. We aren't at that point yet, but I really think he wants to start bringing the woman around our family. What do I say to my girls? How do I explain this to them? It makes me sick to my stomach to even think about it. Not that it's a bad thing, but it just makes me uneasy. Thank you. So grandma passed away 18 months ago. Grandpa started dating a month ago. She may be overthinking it. She needs to let grandpa handle it. Yes, let grandpa handle it. Let grandpa handle it. So what do y'all think? Unless this woman is a sneaky link, at some point when he was with grandma, I don't see the issue. I don't either. Now, in the past, a respectable mourning period was 1 year. Now, if you're talking about, class standards and all that, in the past, in the 50s, 60s, whatever, it was respectable to have a mourning period of 1 year. It's been 18 months. He is 70 years old. Let grandpa go out there and date. Let grandpa be there. Maybe as her children are younger, she could say grandpa was very lonely without granny, and as a consequence, he needed a special friend to help him not feel lonely, and this is his new friend. Now, this is where, we could say that, and as Lady T-Bug said, let grandpa explain it to the girls, because he in the relationship. Here's my thing. When you start saying that kind of friend, and then we see grandpa kissing his special friend, it kind of gives us a kind of warped definition of friend. 1.5 years is more than respectable, but again, as long as the woman wasn't a sneaky link, yeah, how long has grandpa known her? But are we getting too deep in it? Because Lady T-Bug said, leave it alone. Stop overthinking it. Let grandpa handle it. Gramps needs a companion. Yes, we don't want grandpa to be lonely. We don't want him to be lonely. My advice is to share the letter from the 68-year-old grandma. It may help the daughter and children open their perspectives. Y'all, what K-Sharp is talking about is a previous unsolicited advice where there was a 60-something-year-old grandma who only had 2 O's in 2 years because the grandpa she was dealing with wasn't up to snuff to satisfy her. So maybe this grandpa and that grandma could get together. The children probably won't question it. They probably won't. And who's to say if this lady is forever? Might be too soon to bring someone around. Nothing wrong with finding companionship, but it wouldn't be bringing her around just yet. Now, that's the thing, Trey Mac. Since we want to bring her around and it's only been a month, has it really been a month? As Ari said, was this probably someone he was crying on their shoulder and now he wants to bring them around for some legitimacy? If the daughters were having issues, she may need to have therapy. Yes, grief counseling is definitely something that they should have, because not only that, the family has been suffering for the years grandma has been sick. There has been a lot of going on emotionally, and now that she is no longer suffering, they would need therapy. I would definitely agree with that. I like that at 17, Pop Pops is still in it to win it. Felicia's like, Pop Pop is 70. He's saying, and y'all, this may be a tasteless joke. He's saying, I'm still around. Okay? I still got life here to live. It's been 3 years, right? Yes. 2 years of grandma suffering and 18 months since her passing. They could be happy to know her if she's a pleasant person. Exactly. This other lady, we don't know her. We don't know her name. We don't need to know her name. We don't know her age. Now, if Pop Pop is bringing home the 68-year-old from the last time, then we're going to know what the issue is. But, okay, if Pop Pop is bringing home someone that is 40 and under, I'm going to side-eye it. I ain't going to stop him. Yeah, he needs happiness in his twilight years. But if Pop Pop is bringing home someone 40 and under, I'm going to look. I'm going to have something to say. Not in front of her, but I'm going to have something to say. No offense to the grandfather, but he should really make sure that he really does like this woman and is not a grief-stricken rebound. Oh, I love that, Moon Dust Danger. A grief-stricken rebound. Because that's not healthy for him. He needs to grieve properly. Yes, he does. He does need to grieve properly. But again, has he taken the time in 18 months? It's been 18 months. I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway. What I would possibly do is, Dad, let's have lunch with this lady. Let's have lunch with her away from the house, away from everything. Let's go out and have a good lunch so I can meet her and get to know her and see who's the person bringing the smile to your face. Be a little light about it so he will share more. Then decide, as father and daughter, if this woman will meet the grandkids. Could the new lady be on the if I pass, he can remarry, but not to her list? Where's grandma's friend to validate? Is she gone too? Trey Mac is putting out something there, because could this be a friend of grandma and a friend of grandma didn't like, or a frenemy to grandma? The grandma's like, you can marry anybody else. You can marry again, just not her or her or her. I sympathize with the daughter's hesitation with her father dating after her mother's passing, but she needs to leave her children out of it until she has a proper understanding of her father's situation. Exactly, K-Shop. Let's have a little lunch. Let's have a little lunch, a little kiki, and maybe then the daughter and that lady can go out separately, just together without the dad, and have a talk about what this woman's expectations are. What does she see? I mean, it's kind of like flipping the tables. This is what dad would have done with the daughter's husband and so forth. And it's kind of flipping the tables like, hey, dad, are you taking advantage of dad in his grief-stricken time? We don't want to bring people around, the kids. Maybe you could have a cookout and have her there, but not disclose who she is and just be cordial and see how she interacts with the kids. We don't know. K-Sharp, exactly. She's still too in her grief to look at this situation. And that's why Lady T-Bug, I think, is also pushing the therapy, because the daughter, after 18 months, is still this grief. I'm not saying she needs to get over it. I'm just agreeing with this, that her grief is still so full on that after 18 months, she cannot see her father dating someone else. 18 months can seem a long time when you don't have a close friend, a companion, or lover. Right. And y'all, they're coming at this from two different angles. And while we can certainly talk about this, he lost his wife of umpteen years, and now the daughter produced 2 grandkids for them. He lost his wife. She lost her mother, who she thought would be there to help guide her and be, with her while she's raising two girls. They're both grief-stricken, but they're handling it differently. Dad is like, 18 months is all I got. I need to live. I need to make sure my twilight years, I have a companion, and I'm having and finding happiness in this. And while we understand that, I could still understand the daughter feeling very raw on, Dad, it feels like you're replacing Mom. We could see that. So daughter and dad may need counseling together so we could weed through this. Because that is a lot. And now you're trying to bring the girls. No, dad, have lunch with dad and the lady, meet with the lady, and then decide if you want the lady around the girls right about now. I think I understand where both of them are coming from, but at least dad could understand his daughter know who he's seeing. His daughter knows who he's going out with, who he's hanging about with, and then they can go from there. But y'all, what are y'all advice for her in the comments? We definitely have therapy. We definitely have, taking it easy. Don't bring the girls into this right now. Maybe introduce her as daddy's special friend. I definitely have a list. You can remarry, babe, but not to that buster, that fool, or that ninja. Well, Trey Mac, you're going to have to open up your channel and let us know. You better have pictures to go along, because you never know. The person may know them as Dede, but their real name is Charles. So I hope you have the Christian names and photos. A big photo lineup. Yep, Ari likes the therapy suggestion. So y'all, please leave it there, and we will move on to the next one, because we know dads, this is y'all's special day, and we know we can't keep y'all here all day chatting with us. But we will be chatting. We will be chatting. Now, here's this one. My boyfriend, a 49-year-old male, told me, a 34-year-old female, that I am not strong enough to stop him and his baby mother from being together if that ever happened. Does my boyfriend saying I'm not strong enough to stop him from getting back with his child's mother indicate a lack of respect or commitment to our relationship? We've been together for 2 years. We share no children together. Every time my boyfriend and his children's mother talk to each other, he's so sweet talking to her, and in his eyes, she can do no wrong. Now, y'all, she does say that she has had 2 opportunities for pregnancies that did not pan out. He's super attentive to her if she ever needs something. When me and my boyfriend have an argument or disagreement, he is so mean towards me, and he talks to me like I'm a stranger on the street with no respect towards me. I get very hurt because I always say to myself, he would never talk to his children's mother like this. He states they will never be together because they're better off as friends for the sake of their daughter. He does so much for his child's mother that he will literally drop any and everything if he needs to attend to his child mother if she needs something. So he's a 49-year-old male. She's a 34-year-old female. They've been together for 2 years. The red flags are flying high. The red flags are flying high. Felicia's like, stop him? Ma'am, if he's saying he will go back to his baby mom at any time, he don't respect you at all. Especially since she said that she has had 2 missed opportunities for having kids. Run, Forrest, run. Got fingerprints, Dina. Trey Mac. If you want to go, let me go. Bye. Why do women refuse to stay with a deadbeat man and then complain when it doesn't work out and find it difficult to find sympathy for some stupid women who do this? Find someone better, grow, and move on. Lady T-Bug says, when someone tells you something, believe them. I will give him some grace because he is a Gen X. She needs to see that he doesn't value her. Oh, we're going to give him some grace? That she ain't strong enough to stop him and his baby mother from being together? I think the baby mother is stopping him. I don't think she want him. Now, she may want access to him to do stuff for her. I don't think she want him. Or is this a power play? He already told you and showed her how he feels about her. It's time for her to believe him. 49 and 34. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Men will tell on themselves eventually, and this was him telling on himself bad. No grace. She always going to be an afterthought and never a priority. Dark arts. Now, could the maybe mother be practicing those dark arts? Could she know he's in that relationship and she's still pulling the strings? Oh, I can have him come over here if I want to. She don't want him, but the power over him is definitely heady. Have a bottle of wine, enjoy that pint of ice cream, cry your tears, and have a party and move on free of this dead weight. You don't need this. You need a reality check and to be free of this idiot. Hey, and this one is from a while ago, so even though we're in this climate, the fact that you have some missed opportunities, you are going through some emotional baggage here. Maybe nature is telling you you don't need to have a kid with this man. So he has boundary issues. Yes, he does. Yes, he does, Trey. And we would like to hear from the fathers out there. You have your woman. Would you ever tell the woman that you are with who actually had 2 missed opportunities to have a kid for you, something like this? Or even if she didn't, so would you tell any woman that you're with something like this if you respected her and the relationship? His level of thinking sounds like a DMX by saying, my kids and my baby mother are going to be good, but at what cost to her? She needs to move on. Why are some women gluttons for punishment? And it makes no sense to me. Is there a weird appeal to staying with a deadbeat man? I'm not getting. Am I missing the point here? No, she's just in love. She in love with the future she thought. Sounds a lot like Clay from Never Ever Met. At 34, she's with this old 49-year-old. Doesn't know what he wants. Curb him, trash. He has set the tone for this relationship. Yes, he has. He said, hey, you ain't going to stop me from doing what I need to do with my baby's mother. And that tells me the baby's mother is the reason why they're not together. She has put her foot down. She don't want to be with him. Yet the control, based on what it's saying, it sounds like it. But this is her side of the story. This is her side. This is her side. Now, did he say that? If he did, no bueno, and you need to leave. He is, you're a placeholder. That's how nicely I can say it. You're a placeholder until the baby mother decides that ain't nothing else out there. She might as well get with him and we'll get back with him. This reminds me of AD still wanting to marry Clay, even when it was obvious he didn't want it. It does sound like that. This one in SEP is a father. So y'all, I love my chat because y'all keep picking up on these little innuendos that I keep throwing out with some of these stories and requests for advice. It's pulling from different things we're aware of from the dating shows we see without calling names. But y'all call it in chat and I love it. I can see the placeholder thought process. Yes. Because if you can't stop me from being with her, and then at the end he's saying, well, he just ain't with her. He ain't just with the baby mother right now. It's like, no, sir, she don't want you. We better off as friends for the sake of the adult. No, she don't want you. The baby mother don't want you. And there's a reason why she don't want him. Maybe y'all need to have lunch together and find out. Or you need to just leave. It's been 2 years. 2 years, you're 34. As the previous lady said, your biological clock is ticking loudly. So y'all please put your unsolicited advice below for her. We say run, Forrest, run. The red flags are flying and you do not need to be here for it. So y'all, let's move to the next one. We are getting hotter and hotter as we go along. And I should say the last 2 are the hottest. Because one is a video. Okay, my boyfriend, this is a 31-year-old female talking about her 33-year-old male boyfriend. My boyfriend possibly fathered a child before we met. How alarming should I be? I'm a 30-year-old female. My boyfriend is, I a 30-year-old female and my boyfriend, a 31-year-old male, have been together for 2 years. We're talking about dating at work and the subject got on hookups. He told me that a few years back, he was briefly seeing some girl that he worked with before she lost interest in him and blocked his number. He even looked her up on Facebook and discovered she actually had a boyfriend the entire time they were talking. A few months later, she's coming to work, obviously pregnant. And his only assurance that the kid wasn't his, he says, is that he, what? Pulled out. So she couldn't come after him for child support. I did find this really comforting, obviously, and asked him why he wouldn't consider she assumed the kid was her boyfriend, or at least go on assuming so she doesn't open a can of worms. He got pretty defensive and told me he wouldn't have told me if he knew I was going to dwell on it. I've had some jealous episodes in the past, but I don't understand how he thinks what if wouldn't cross my mind without how sketchy the whole situation sounds. Finding out he had an unknown kid would be a bombshell for me. For people asking why I'm making this a big deal, we're both child-free, so now the possibility that he has one biologically will be at the back of my mind. Also, he made my reaction sound like if I was crazy jealous. And I don't think that that's not a big deal. They're not married or engaged. Leave while you can. Possibly fathered, red flag. Jay Blake is parked somewhere and said, run. You should be alarmed because he hasn't made an attempt to find out about the kid. He don't make an attempt because his name don't want to be called in child support hearing. That's the one. Yep, that's the one, Lady T. But he don't want to be called in the child support hearing. So he ain't even going to peek in to see if the father's name been called. He ain't going to paternity court. He should be making this a big deal. He's willing to let another man take care of his kid. Exactly. He is not like the first guy we heard with an 8-year relationship standing up. He's like, if she want to tell her boyfriend that's his kid and let him believe that, let him have it. Absolutely. And lady, why would you want to be with someone like this? Why would you want to be with someone who's willing to let another man claim his kid? Don't trust the pull-out method. It never works. I still remember that video Kojo did, y'all. That's Little Black Book 91. Did years ago with the dude who was 33 kids with 17 mothers. He's not sure. He's not for you. Leave and be safe. Pre-protein can swim too. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lady T-Bug, for listing it the way you did. Yo, what are your advice for this young lady? We say run. We say run. Run, get away from there. Let him deal with his whatever's going on. If he the daddy or if he's not the daddy, let him deal with it. But right now, this ain't it. I wouldn't even stay or be a part of this. The fact that this is what he's trying to say, and Lady T-Bug know why I'm saying daddy. If he makes these types of errors in judgment, I'm sure he's lacking in other areas. Exactly. If he's willing to let someone else claim what could possibly be his child, yeah, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone and run away. Lady T-Bug, man, please log off. Ari's always telling us to log off when we're getting too hot and too feisty. Y'all, my advice is, young lady, this ain't the man for you. His character is showing. His character is showing. His character is showing if he would let another man, take care of, claim his child. But if you in Georgia has a mandatory paternity testing if you want to put his name on the birth certificate. So he ain't going to get away. You always good, Lady T-Bug. Ari just got to fan herself. Ari just got to fan herself with the way we carry on. But you saying pre-protein, perfect example. Oh, the father in our group is speaking, y'all. This is a weird one. I would tell her that she should possibly consider ending the relationship, but she obviously has issues her dang self. Maybe they deserve one another. Maybe they do deserve one another, but does she deserve to have her life in limbo? And you already know he's willing to dally with someone at work. Would you trust him at work? Sometimes we shouldn't ask questions we don't want the answers to, and we're not prepared to put actions behind the answers we get. Are you sure you want to be with this man when he dilly-dallying at work? Should we? Dilly-dallying raw too. It's raw protein. The protein shakes are, I guess, vegan out there. Okay. But again, he's saying his method is the method. It couldn't be him. He's singing Shaggy song all the way up until he got to put up some DNA for some paternity. And he willing to let this woman lie to another man. See, when y'all talk about boys club, and y'all talk about men stick together and men this, men that, here's a man willing to let another brother take the hit and raise his child as if it's his own. I'm telling you, y'all like to talk about the ladies. Here's one of your own saying, I ain't going there to save nobody. If she want him to think, I'm for it. I'm going to co-sign that. I ain't going to say nothing. Yes, she had a man the whole time she was seeing me, and I could be the daddy, but I ain't gonna step up and save a brother. See if I could possibly save a brother. I'm just putting it out there. So the gentleman, please step forward. This is your day. This is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Here's a man willing for you to spend Father's Day thinking you the daddy, and he may be the daddy. He is afraid of responsibility because the child needs time and money. He ain't willing to step up. No, he still ain't willing to step up, but he's willing to pull out. That's all he's willing to do, all the way out. He's stepping out of the way. He's stepping out of the court. He's stepping away from birth certificate. Yeah. So, gentlemen, here's one of your own sending you upriver, allowing the lady to play the game and send you upriver. Not the makings of a good dad, no. But he should, whoever's dad should be held responsible, right? People like to go on Maury and talk about, oh my God, she's not the daddy. Here's this man knows the possibility is there, that he was there too, and he could be the daddy, and he ain't stepping up. He gonna let that girl play her shenanigans with that man. So what are your thoughts? Please put in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Because we have got two more. We got the spicy post, and then we got the spicy video coming up. And the spicy video is, ooh, child. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. Go straight to DNA. Y'all know Maury's retired. So let's get to the last post. Let's get to the spicy post. How can I? Yep, we got a video last. I'm going to bookend the dudes with a video. So the guys are getting double the trouble. We start with a real nice video, and then we start off with a spicy video. We end with a spicy video. But this is the last post, is spicy. How do I, a 23-year-old female, approach my dad, a 52-year-old male, on this topic? About 4 days ago, me and my fiance accidentally stumbled across my dad's shady online activities. For context, he's been married to my mom for 25 years with no plans for divorce. We stumbled across an account he follows on Instagram due to it coming up as suggested to follow, and we saw my dad follows this individual. Curiosity piqued, so we had a look, and we saw that it was a legit OnlyFans girl who is 18. Feeling quite disgusted, and we went through all of who he was following and stumbled across at least 15 other accounts that were all OnlyFans girls, age ranging 18 to 22. Are y'all listening? Naturally, I feel quite disgusted with this due to the age of the girls. My brother is 20 and dates girls within that age range. Does that mean he has an attraction to them, as well as it seems to prefer that age range because of what he's viewing? Another red flag for me is that they were all heavily tattooed. Now, why is that a red flag, girl? The reason it's a red flag is because I myself am heavily tattooed, and growing up, till this day, he always told me tattoos were not meant for women, and it doesn't look good on women, and he's always kicked up a stink every time I add it to my tattoo collection. My whole perception on the kind of man my father is blew up in the space of less than an hour. How do I even approach the topic with him? As I fully believe he has been paying these girls for content since the only NSFW accounts he follows are for OnlyFans. On his Instagram, there's a lot of work colleagues that follow him, which is a concern, as they too could come across like me and my partner, which can cause problems due to the industry he works in. I'm at a complete loss on should I inform my mom, on what I've come across? Should I talk to him first about it? I don't know, and any help would be appreciated. This is creepy. Sorry, but it just is. I feel a bit disgusted by this. Better her than me. Lady T-Bug says, stay in a child's place. So basically, the rose-colored glasses have been lifted. The rose-colored glasses have been lifted as the man you thought your dad was, as opposed to who he is. As Lady T-Bug is saying, they're all legal. They would be disgusted if they were 35. Yes. But they're all legal. You said 18 to 22, OnlyFans young ladies. He's keeping it adult. And these are OnlyFans pages where they are legitimately going out there. Now, my only question is going further down, and I'm overthinking, unless it's a case of these young ladies managing their own accounts, or are they being used for these accounts? That's the only way I would kind of think of that, but I believe OnlyFans has really clammed down on that kind of account. The way I would go, no contact after I take picture proof and send it to my mother anonymously. Now, girl, why are we doing that? He has no plans to divorce mom. He's just looking, it's like finding magazines, in that box under the bed. It's like the wife finding that duffel bag of toys that her husband had. Is there an expectation of privacy for parents? There should be an expectation of privacy. If I saw that, quite frankly, and I, did not have a good relationship or any relationship with my dad, I wouldn't do anything. I may just talk to him one time and throw out a hint. What your history, your viewing history has popped up on my timeline, Dad. So I'm seeing what you're seeing. I may make a joke of it, but I ain't going to vilify him for it. I wouldn't do anything. I think it's the same as watching corn. I'd be extremely concerned if I learned that he was actually involved with an 18-year-old and cheating. I understand that to go to Africa. I don't know if I would tell my mom, but I would have a conversation with him and strongly suggest he talk to her. And only for the fact of his job, I would say, hey, it got a suggestion to me. Your colleagues could see this too. If tattoos don't look good on women, then why does she have some? I think she needs to mind her own business before she's cut out of the will. Now, shApp, she may need to mind her own business. That may be the catch-22. I don't want to be out of the will. Let me leave this alone. Mom's happy. He's happy. But what respectable married man does this and probably doesn't think there's anything wrong with it? Hey, if people are selling it, you could watch it. I mean, there are ladies that watch Playgirl back in the day. So I don't want to know the type of information about my parents. Now, the young lady before that's going through her mother's things, probably, you might find a whole lot of stuff after people pass, y'all. Okay, shall I thought the daddy said the tattoos on women look bad, not that she said it. Yeah, the dad said he didn't like how tattoos look on women. That's what he told her when she started getting her tattoos and flipped the lid, on it. So that's why she's like, you don't like me wearing tattoos. And that may be the reason he doesn't like tattoos on her. The reason he may not like tattoos on her is because he's attracted to younger ladies with the tattoos. And that may be a disconnect kind of thing. I don't want you looking like the ladies that I'm looking at online. Lady T-Bug said, Mom may know. Mom may know. Mom may know. This is nasty. It would be crazy if the wife was in on it. Then she would really feel some type of way. I guess talk to your dad, but So for the dads out there, please make sure that your online viewing history, let me put it this way. For the dads out there, make sure that your online viewing history, clear the cache, okay? Clear it. Please make sure there are VPNs out there you can use. And make sure that you know that your children, when they have access to your Wi-Fi, they can pick up on those things. And, the internet is watching and they are suggesting. Men and women watch porn, married or not. Yes, they do. That's my thought. If they were married and my husband did this, I would be concerned. If he was single, I wouldn't care, but the dude is married. Now, y'all, married men do look at porn. And this may be a conversation y'all need to have with the man that you're with. Married men sometimes look at porn. All I'm saying. My thing is, I need you to go look at that for viewing pleasure and instruction. And then bring back what you've learned. Because he likes a woman with that. That's weird AF. Yes, it is. It is. And that's why he probably didn't like it on her. I don't think anything is wrong with it. It's entertainment. Yes, it is entertainment. These ladies are putting forth a talent and being paid. Total entertainment. It's like going to a strip club. Total entertainment. I can see that. Yep. Y'all boyfriends look at porn. Right. Husbands can look at it too. I've dabbled looking at porn myself, but I wouldn't if I were in a serious relationship or was married. Now, while I do respect that, Ari, looking at porn within the boundaries of a relationship is not necessarily a bad thing, but you, of course, have to see what your relationship calls for. And as Lady T-Bug say, Mom may know. Mom may be fine with him watching this, and he may have gone overboard paying for stuff, and then they talked about it and say, listen, your budget each month is no more than $100 for what you're looking at. They may have an understanding. Some of us have an understanding in our relationships. I had a conversation with my husband, FYI, don't use your cell phone. Yes, as a woman can corn too. Yes, some of us do like to watch it as well. Just because mom might be fine with it doesn't mean I should be fine with it. Right, you don't have to be fine with it. But again, mom is in a relationship with him. And if mom is okay with it, then you've got to be okay with it because that's his wife. If mom is okay with it, that's his wife. Mama might be looking at some other things that you don't know about because mama might use that VPN because she know how to use that VPN. I'm one of them mamas. Mama may be looking at something even worse. You thought the 18 or whatever. Mama may be watching something else and you can't find it because mama hid her tracks very well. As I just think in this instances, I agree with stay in a child's place. It may be uncomfortable. But mom and dad are human. And this may be the boundaries of their relationship. There's some married couples that do go to strip clubs together. Some who can't fathom it. When I was dating, I had no problem going to Hooters as a restaurant at all. Well, I knew, I had friends that worked there and I knew the manager at our local Hooters. We go to Hooters. Now, I dated quite a few men that said, absolutely not. I would not go with any woman that I dated at Hooters. And I'm like, we watching the game. We hanging out. The ladies are beautiful. You're not going home with them. What's the problem? Now, those are the ones I worry about. It's like, oh, okay, what you doing? I said, but if I come in to Hooters and I see you and I say hello, are you going to say hello or are you going to frost me out? Lady T-Bug said, I was just about to say strip club. Yes. As a child, why would you have a say in your parents' relationship? Right. Now, some of them do watch corn together. Some of them make corn together. Now, if that is the boundary in your relationship, certainly, then make sure you state that to your person. When I was married, I went to the strip club with my husband. Yes, Felicia. Yes. It's different than paying for OnlyFans or corn. Is it? Maybe my mentality is quite different. You're paying for a subscription and a membership. People used to pay for Playboy, Playgirl magazine and stuff like that. And I know in OnlyFans, you can sponsor them to do certain things for your entertainment. It's kind of like paying the young lady at the strip club or the young man at the strip club to perform. It's like dance in the champagne room. Am I oversimplifying it? Maybe I'm oversimplifying it. But I'm like, dad could be watching it. It is over age. It's girls who are 18 to 22. We don't know what mama watching. We don't know if mama know or not. Has dad been cheating? No, he has been watching. No plans of their divorce. All I would say, the only thing I would be concerned about is the fact that how you got to find out dad's work colleagues are also on his social media. They may learn and it may cause problems at his job. If that is truly an issue, which I don't think it should be, since these are grown women, 18 to 22, I don't think if the colleagues see it that they should be an issue. I might be a prude, then, because going to Hooters is a lot different to me than paying OnlyFans and corn while being in a relationship with me. And maybe I'm too loosey-goosey in my mind. There's no way I would not think my husband's significant other would only look at me and only me forever. Thank you, Lady Siva. It's the same for me. I follow a lib member on OnlyFans because I thought he'd be cool. He was underwhelming and was free to subscribe to him. I've not looked at it in a long time because I'm now with someone and don't want to. Okay. Tremax said the only issue is if he's paying for these OnlyFans pages. If not, mind your business, girl. I don't have an issue if he's paying for it. I don't have an issue either if he's paying for these subscriptions. People would pay for other vices. I don't have a problem if he's paying. Now, if he's overpaying and this is dipping into money that they could be living on, because she doesn't sound like daddy's hard up for money. It doesn't sound like daddy's hard up for money. But if he's doing this extensively and he's running a balance on his bank account and he's becoming overdrawn, then we're going too far. Now, if mama and daddy have a thing about a budget, that, hey, if you want to buy something, don't buy too much. It's kind of like my kids with the PlayStation games. You don't have open access to a card. My kids know from back in the day, that's how I trained them. You take a specific amount of money, you put it on your game from a gift card, and when you spend that, it is done and it is over. You don't ever put your card out there. Now, if daddy is making sure that he is spending within his boundaries, why not? He is supporting the economy. He's supporting these young ladies and their small business endeavor. Yeah, corn ain't free either. I'm looking at myself. I follow sexy men on IG. Hey, I follow. I've always found the free stuff when it comes to corn. Hey, some of the free stuff ain't that worthy of my free time. But that's just me. Yes, they are free corn sites. Some of them ain't worthy, but that's just me. But again, maybe you need to teach dad how to do a VPN. Maybe you need to talk to dad in the bounds of, dad, your history. You don't even have to tell him you know everything. Dad, your viewing history is out there for all to see. If you're okay with everyone from your work knowing the people that you follow, that's okay. But if you're uncomfortable with that, let us show you how to keep your history private. And that's it. Leave it alone. He grown, they grown. Now, if it's underage, we have a problem. But you said they're 18 to 22. But you're making a correlation that it's too close to you, and you're correlating with the hurt that daddy didn't like you having tattoos. You're correlating when he told you don't do it. Now he's looking at those women who do have it. I think your hurt is more there than what daddy's doing. He works. Gambling and lottery is more expensive. I don't have OnlyFans account. I'm just open-minded. I can neither confirm or deny. I don't care if a woman does OnlyFans, but when it comes to my man, I don't want him watching and paying for one. My dad may associate tattoos with women who do corn. He doesn't want her viewed as them. He may, and that may be it. He may see it as a woman who's willing to sell herself. I'm just saying it. This is how he may view it. I don't know these people. But yes, AKs, he may view it as someone who sells herself. And he doesn't want his daughter being viewed as she could be, have an OnlyFans page herself. Yo, what are your thoughts? We talked about this one the longest time. This was the spicy one. But the last one is a video. But please leave in the comments below, what are your thoughts about this? I say The only reason I would talk to daddy, only reason, is if he doesn't want his history out there and other people from work seeing what he's doing and having an issue with it. That's the only reason I would talk to him. That's the only reason. I agree with the free corn. I'll say corn to me is more like more than watching. There are shops. Yeah, some of them corns have shops where you could purchase other things, or you could purchase time. Y'all, maybe I shouldn't talk too much, telling y'all how far deep down the rabbit hole I go there. But I would only tell daddy if it is about concern that his colleagues may look at him differently, because they, of course, will get the suggestions of what he views. But please leave it in the comments below. And let's get to the last one, which is a video. And it is spicy. And I need to know how the men feel about this. And I do apologize if it does have some profanity in it. Okay? Somebody is mad. Somebody's real mad.
Let me get him, man.
No, I ain't letting him get it. No, he gonna sit
Bro,
right
why does
there.
always gotta be a confrontation every time I'm trying to
Because
pick
my
the boy
son
up, bro?
ain't going with you.
Man, bro.
You ain't the daddy. I'm his daddy.
Don't matter, bro.
That do matter.
I'm the
bro.
one that's
He
paying
ain't going-
bills at the main house that he's
That ain't got
staying
nothing
at,
to do
bro.
with my child.
Don't matter, bro. That's
I don't know
ego,
what you need.
bro.
You know, you need to call Tasha
That's
and let her know.
ego.
Either you call her
That's
or I
ego.
call her.
I'm not dealing with her, bro.
Right,
You ain't,
well, I
you
can
ain't
call her.
calling her either,
Yeah,
bro.
I can-
You might-
So, stepdaddy came to pick up little man because something happened with mama. Mama sent stepdaddy to go pick him up, and daddy said, "You ain't picking up my child. Why you on my front porch trying to come pick up my child? You better call her. You ain't coming to pick up my child. Not at all. Not at all. Not in this house." And stepdaddy is saying, "Hey, I'm paying the bills at the crib where he stay at. What do you mean?" Yo, I didn't come to no sirens, no physical, the young man was standing there on the porch. Daddy, like, you ain't getting my child. It didn't come to any violence at all. Just letting you all know. But daddy hot. Daddy is hot. So happy Father's Day, y'all. Clearly, these two have beef with one another. If it's cool with one another, the bio dad wouldn't care if the stepdad came to get him. Why would they do it in front of the child? Though that's really bad. Stepdaddy's like, "Hey, I'm just here to pick up the kid. I'm just here to pick up the kid." Thank you, shApp. I blame the mom. She ain't in the frame, but she's certainly a big player. For the lack of communication, stepdad needs to learn to respect boundaries. Now, I think daddy too. Daddy and mom need to have an understanding. Daddy and mom need to have an understanding. Mom should have called daddy and say, "Listen, I can't come get him." And some dads will bring the kid to the house rather than have your man come pick him up. Give him the option. "Hey, I can't come get him. Could you bring him to the house?" Give him the option. "I can't come get him. Could you bring him to the house? Or can I send, Lester?" I'm just naming him Lester. I don't know him. "Lester, come pick him up." She's a ditzy body, needs to stay in her place. Daddy has a right to make decisions with his kid. He does. Do we even know this man? Did daddy ever meet this man that is living at the house with his child? He's living at the house. Am I just naive to think that daddy had to meet him if he's living at the house? If he always sees his father react like this to another man and no one checks any of them, he may grow up thinking this is normal, and he might become this way himself. shApp, that's what I say. They may have beef because why are they getting that loud? Yeah, I may have beef because you just with my baby mama. Kids don't always say it, but they do see what's going on, and it's always going whether they think what, and it does always know what's going on whether we think they're listening or not. Or the way the dad was acting, I'm sure daddy still dips from time to time. I'm telling you, mom should have called him first. You laughing at Lester? That name just popped out. I don't even know a Lester other than Lester Freeman on The Wire. So maybe that's where I got Lester from. Okay, Charlotte, that's the point I didn't think about. Maybe. Yeah. Dad acting like he'd be dipping over. You may be paying bills, but I'm still dipping with my baby mother. Maybe this is the dad that the lady was talking about, that, if I could be with my baby mother, you couldn't stop me. The bills in their house isn't the dad's business, right? The dad, we don't know if the dad breaking her off a little piece of change, thinking that she hard up with the bills. Why you telling the money business in the house? Why are you trying to use that as a flex? Please don't give my address to anyone without telling me. How does stepdaddy know the address to pick the kid up? It's like, what that got to do with him? Maybe he thinks stepdad thinks there's more beef between the two we don't know about. We don't know. Are we from around the way? Are we from around the way together? I know of you, Lester. I heard your name. It ain't ringing through the streets, but I've heard your name before, Lester. I'm just saying, we start off with a lovely video of a dad. Now we start off with this one with stepdad and the beef. I know we've seen the barbershop one, and I said, I ain't playing that one for y'all. That one been played. I said, let me pull this one. I don't know exactly where they are, but there seems to be beef. Please think it's a flex to be responsible. Like, sit down and pay that bill on time. Maybe you're trying to throw shade saying you ain't paying your child support. So I've been paying the bills over there. The mother should have told him that her new partner was coming to collect the child. Neither of the men should have been fighting in front of the child. This is bad. Right. If they beef, the mom is wrong. Yes, if they beefing, the mom is wrong if they beefing. The mom is wrong if they beefing. But again, did the mom call? There's no indication of the mom call. There's no indication of other arrangements to be made. We don't know if the mama got a mama or some cousins that could go pick the child up. We don't know how the child got to his daddy, because my thing is, if you pick them up, you bring them home. But circumstances could change. Different things could happen. Why that's not necessarily true. And they could have an understanding that mom comes to pick him up, but something could have happened. Something could have happened. We never know. But this is why we have to have communication. All parties need to be involved. And maybe even if you couldn't get there, say, hey, would you mind keeping him a little bit later? Something came up. I have to work an extra shift at work. Or would you mind dropping him off at the house? Something. Communication. This is not about y'all as adults. This is about the child. And the child is watching, as Moon Dust Angel says. No matter their age, any child would be scared by witnessing something like this. Unless it's a natural occurrence. And this may be what the child is used to seeing. Because he don't seem shocked. He just seems like he's listening and watching. He looks like this is normal behavior. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm trying to keep these as close to an hour, maybe an hour 20 as possible. So anyone who may have missed it will catch it. So this was, of course, Father's Day. So it's a longer video for the dads. They always say we always do half-seas on Father's Day. We don't do as much as Mother's Day, but we certainly did more for them today on this channel. Please make sure that you like, you share, you subscribe to the channel. Please make sure Tuesday, we're back for Somebody's Son. We have a double episode, and somebody was caught in a bed. We have a two-part, we have 2 episodes to get up on. Then we have Unsolicited Advice on Wednesday. Alone's recap for episode 1 has happened, and the girl power is in effect. A woman has caught a fish. A woman has caught a warthog. The women are eating good on Alone. And a man has tapped out. So y'all, please leave your unsolicited advice while I get to the rest of your comments. Lady T-Bug says, he needs to get off that man's property. He told him he wasn't taking the kid. He can leave. Now, if this is Georgia or Florida, or Memphis, he would have been off that long time. No matter the age, a child would be scared when they see something like this. I did that already. Yep. But y'all, thank you for being here. Please continue to support the channel and the channels of those who continue to pass by and support, and those that I'm on the panels of. And I will see you on the next one. Again, happy Father's Day.